Hello and welcome to Zoom TV News, where once a week we give you the latest information and news around the world, how to move around in Thailand and beyond. As you already know, the city of Bangkok has been shaken down to the core from a 7.7 earthquake in Myanmar, where a building has collapsed, causing death and destruction in the area. News reports are pointing to a foreign builder. Who's really at fault? We'll be bringing you the latest updates and information. Also, what's the situation with Elle and her family? Elle shares exclusive video from her vantage point during the earthquake. Myanmar and the price of war. Will people be able to get in and help this country in the time of turmoil? Zoom TV News starts now. What up, Zoom Tribe? I didn't want to beat the story over the head, but this is a tragedy of biblical proportions. My phone has been blowing up with friends, family, subscribers, Zoom Tribers, Patreon members, and well-wishers checking on Elle and I to make sure we're okay. I missed the quake by just a few days. I'm safe and sound back in LA, which happens to be the earthquake capital of the world. So we're used to earthquakes out here, but never have I heard of an earthquake in Bangkok. But the worst tragedy is in Myanmar. Tragedy struck Myanmar on March 28, 2025, as a powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake devastated the Saigon region near Mandalay. This seismic event, the deadliest in over a century, caused widespread destruction and loss of life, claiming over 1,600 lives and injuring more than 3,400 people. What makes this disaster even more heartbreaking is the timing. The quake hit during Friday prayers in the holy month of Ramadan, where mosques are filled with worshipers. Over 50 mosques across the country collapsed, leaving hundreds of Muslims feared dead. In Mandalay alone, at least 23 fatalities were reported at 3 mosques destroyed in Sulkon village. Survivors described harrowing scenes, with many unable to escape the rubble in time. And it wasn't just mosques. Buddhist temples and monasteries also suffered significant damage. At the Yula Thin Temple in Mandalay, over 600 monks were trapped beneath collapsed structures during examinations. Tragically, 80 lost their lives so far. We'll be bringing you the latest updates as they come in. The earthquake has exposed vulnerabilities in Myanmar's infrastructure, worsened by years of restrictions on mosque repairs and construction. The military junta has made rare pleas for international assistance as rescue efforts remain hampered by limited resources and ongoing political unrest. This disaster serves as a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the urgent need for global solidarity in times of crisis. This is why I say we gotta love each other, people. When tragedy strikes, you don't have time to worry about what race a person is when they're trying to save your life. It doesn't matter what religion a person is that's helping you pull you or your loved ones out of the rubble. Tomorrow is promised to no one. I've been having a lot of people in my comment section say how people should not stay in high rises and how unsafe it is. But to be honest, that doesn't bother me. I love high rises. And if it was so dangerous, they would have been a lot more tumbling down. At this point, there's only one. The last major earthquake felt in Bangkok happened way back on May 13, 1930, originating in Myanmar with a magnitude of over 8.0. This happened 95 years ago. I think the structures held up pretty well with all things considered. Now, I'm not a structure specialist, so the actual damage that's happened to the buildings in Bangkok remain to be seen. The collapse of that 33-story skyscraper under the construction in the Chatuchak area, I don't know if I said that right, Chatuchak area, has resulted in 10 confirmed deaths, 32 injuries, and 83 people still missing as of March 29, 2025. Rescue teams are working tirelessly with heavy machinery and search dogs. At least 15 survivors have been detected under the rubble. Across Bangkok, approximately 2,000 buildings reported structural cracks due to the tremors, though most existing structures have been deemed safe for occupancy. If you saw the live stream I did with the lawyer Ken and YouTuber Isaiah Ashley, shout out to them, they explained their situation in detail. You can see that live stream we did. Also, shout out to my man Dan Sparks as well. He had a serious shaker at his high rise.
So the big Bangkok earthquake hit about 1:35 on Friday, 24th of March, 2025. And I was in that infinity pool right there on the 9th floor at 5 minutes before. I'd been in there all day, finished my cigar, packed up, and then went to my condo, which is on 13, 12A they call it. So I had missed being in that wave, would have been a wave pool when it hit. But instead I was up in the crib, had a towel around me. And the only thing I could think about, this building is going to collapse and they're going to find my corpse in the rubble just wearing a towel with my dingus out. So when everything started to subside, I looked out the window and I saw the waves sloshing back and forth and the water was pouring out. But yeah, good timing on your boy's part.
Now, most of Bangkok's subway systems have resumed operations with 6 out of 8 MRT lines running, while the yellow and pink lines remain suspended pending further safety checks. The BTS SkyTrain and long-distance rail services are fully operational, and the Red Line urban train service resumed this morning after thorough inspections. Airports, including Suvarnabhumi, are functioning normally without disruption. In other news, Nana Plaza, Bangkok's renowned nightlife hub located on Sukhumvit Road, has reopened and is thriving, continuing to attract visitors with its vibrant atmosphere and diverse entertainment options. This marks one of the most significant seismic events in Bangkok's recent history, as major earthquakes are rare in Bangkok. The last notable activity linked to the Saigon fault line occurred in 1930 with a magnitude of 7.3. Meanwhile, Myanmar has experienced catastrophic damage, with nearly 700 deaths reported and over 1,600 injured as of now, with numbers expected to rise as rescue efforts continue. Prayers going out to the victims and their families. Aftershocks are anticipated over the next 1 to 2 weeks, but are likely to decrease in intensity. Structural investigations are ongoing to assess whether the collapsed building and other affected structures comply with earthquake-resilient building code. People keep writing in the comment section, don't live in a high rise, don't live in a high rise. I love living in high rises. And let me say this, they have 1 million high rises in Bangkok and none of the buildings came down, which leads us to the finger pointing about the building that did. Now, I'm not saying who's at fault one way or the other. I'm just bringing the news as it's being reported. This is what they had to say about the building in question.
On the afternoon of March 28th, a 7.9 magnitude earthquake struck Myanmar with a depth of 30 kilometers. The tremors quickly spread to nearby areas like Thailand and China's Yunnan province. About 960 kilometers from the epicenter, a 30-story building under construction in Bangkok collapsed just 5 seconds after the earthquake. The scene showed thick smoke, and people were running in panic. While the world focused on the strong earthquake in Myanmar, the collapsed building in Bangkok became an unexpected center of attention. It turns out that this building was constructed by China Railway 10th Bureau, CR10, a Chinese company. It was called a Chinese Overseas Construction Showcase. Now it seems to be another powerful example of the Chinese Communist Party's shoddy construction projects being exported abroad. No wonder some people said that while an earthquake is a natural disaster and a human tragedy, it's almost comical that only buildings constructed by Chinese companies collapsed in the quake. According to local media, the collapse of the building killed at least 3 people and left 81 missing. The Thai National Emergency Medical Center reported on Facebook that around 320 people were on the construction site when the building collapsed. 20 people were trapped in the elevator shaft. 50 people were injured in the earthquake, with 40 of them being sent to hospitals. The collapsed building was meant to be the new office building for Thailand's Office of the Auditor General. It was located in the Chatuchak district of Bangkok. The total budget for the building was 2.1 billion Thai baht, or around 62 million US dollars. It was being built by a joint venture between China Railway 10th Bureau Thailand Company Limited and Italy's Italian Development Company Limited. The building was designed to be 137 meters tall, and construction started in 2020. Work was paused due to the the COVID-19 pandemic, but the main structure was completed by March 31st, 2024. This 30-story building used a unique core tube plus beamless floor structural system, a design that previously caused major safety concerns in Miami, Florida. Experts say that while this system offers high space efficiency, it poses special challenges for earthquake resistance. The collapse of a condominium in Miami in 2021, which resulted in 98 casualties, was caused by similar beamless floor systems that failed during a strong earthquake. When the earthquake happened, Chinese authorities reported that the construction progress was only 30%, which contradicted earlier statements that the building had been topped out. It's worth noting that the China Railway 10th Bureau celebrated the completion of the main structure in April 2024. However, after the incident, they immediately deleted the related article.
All right, y'all, that's all I have for now. This is the video that Elle took from her vantage point in Bangkok. Elle is fine, her family is fine. My thoughts and prayers go out to all the victims of the earthquake in Bangkok and Myanmar. God bless, and I'll see y'all on the next one.